disordine, confusione.
Well, let's talk about the Pope's visit with the coordinator at Catholic Voices UK, Georgia Clarke. Hi there, Georgia. Thanks so much for coming onto the program. Now, this is the Pope's first overseas visit since the pandemic. Why did the Vatican choose Iraq? What are they wanting to achieve with this visit?
Well, Iraq is the birthplace of the monotheistic religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It's highly significant that this is the very first papal trip to Iraq. Pope John Paul II tried to make the trip back in 99, 2000, but it was not permitted. So it's highly significant that Pope Francis has chosen this to be the time to visit Iraq now. He clearly sees that it's important to show these people solidarity, encouragement, and that we're listening to their cries of suffering.
Is he hoping that his visit will change life for Christian minorities and possibly other minorities in Iraq that have faced persecution, especially due to terror groups like Daesh? I mean, yesterday we saw him speaking to high-profile Islamic clerics in the country.
Yes, yesterday he did meet the Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani in his home, a historic event where they both talked about the minority Christian population, the people who have been in Iraq for 2,000 years, really the indigenous people of the land. There is certainly hope that the government will help its people, that they feel that they may be able to return to their homeland and to begin rebuilding their communities, and hope that the world also begins to recognize the suffering that these people have gone through.
What was his message to Iraq's Christian minority? I mean, there's a small minority in that country. They've had a difficult time being marginalized since Daesh. And many have fled, as you mentioned, and left the country. There are many living in other parts of the world. What was his message to them?
Yes, that's quite right. The population before 2003 of Christians was 1.5 million, and now they have 200 to 300,000, a significant reduction. So his message really was one of hope, of interfaith dialogue, of peace, and that he's listening. He said, I'm really encouraging you to start to rebuild your communities. That was his message today in a church in Qaraqosh, a region that was invaded by Islamic State in 2014. He had a message that beauty comes through variety and difference, and that actually now is the time to start rebuilding those communities. So that really was his message.
And with that message, where can we expect his next visit to be?
That's a very good question. Perhaps he is a pope of the peripheries, so it perhaps might be to another area where the Christians feel that they are persecuted, where they are a minority, but we will have to wait and see.
Wait and see, indeed. Georgia Clarke, thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated.